Time now for the Town Talker with Reverend Zechariah A. Jackson. Reverend Jackson is founding pastor of the Church of What's Happening Now, located in Plainfield, New Jersey. And now, the Town Talker, Reverend Zechariah Jackson.
Oh, it's good coming to you, and forgive my cold, because, you know, with that crazy weather the other day, and I, work outside, and it was like a polar cap here in New Jersey, I promised to pack up and move to Georgia, had someone that put my name in on that lottery, and I didn't have nothing to do with it. They put my name in on that lottery because I don't gamble. And they said, Reverend, if you win, we're going to make sure you get that money. But had they got me that money, I think that I would have made my final trip over the Delaware River. I've been counting those trips since I was a little boy. I got so far 28 trips. I promised the angels and the Lord that after 45, I shall go over the Delaware River and never come back and retire into Georgia. So let's just hope that the new president don't invite me many times, and I have to keep my word, But the weather is beautiful. God bless this weather. It is beautiful. Thank God for the PSCNG, man, that he has been sufficient in charging us a good many dollars over the years, but he has kept us warm, so we can't complain. And I'm not sending out a complaint to him, but I thank God also that we can let loose of you a little bit. You understand? Today, this show here, the Town Talker, is constructed basically to help the community. And who is the community but America? All the community. We have no separate community. We just one people all together. I have with me today, I'm going to introduce, of course, we always introduce the women first. I have Rebecca Kelly. She is running for the mayor of Plainfield. She's out here getting signatures now and trying to put it together to run for the mayor of Plainfield. Plainfield, New Jersey, for those that's on the internet that don't know Plainfield, New Jersey. And of course, I have a heavyweight, a young man that has worked with the airline industry for many, many years. How many years, Joe?
Maybe 40.
Maybe 40, right? He's former executive board president of the Teamsters Union. Is that correct?
Transport Workers.
Transport Workers Union. Yeah, I'm called the Teamsters. And we are here today, and we're going to talk about the importance of the union. Joe Matagrano, what would you like to say at this point?
Well, I know you only have a half-hour show. First of all, I want to thank you for inviting me back on the show. And, of course, it's nice meeting you. And I suppose down the road I can say, and hopefully I'll be able to say, I know the mayor of Plainfield. So I wish you luck, and if I could vote here.
Thank you.
But there's a lot to say about unionism, and I know we only have a short amount of time, so I got some quick talking points that I'll go over, okay, and hopefully it'll be of interest to your audience, and then try and relate it to other things. In unions, it's important to know a little bit about labor history, what it took to get us where we are, and what it's going to take us to get where we should be.
Okay.
Let me try and make it relate. In 1973, you're going to remember this, Candy Norton busted Muhammad Ali's jaw. We can't forget that, right?
Broke his jaw.
Didn't they do that? This is the champion of the world. He busted his jaw, and you got to wonder, and thinking about what was going through Ali's mind, knowing he is the champion. The best thing to come along in the 20th century, well, maybe with the exception of Marciano.
All right,
but anyway.
We're all a family, Joe. We're all a family here. We're not taking
you got to wonder what was in his mind.
Yes.
Corporate America today has busted the jaw of labor.
Yes.
And you got to wonder what's going through their mind and what went wrong. Well, I'll tell you what went wrong. They both dropped their guard. The only difference being Ali had the strength and the fortitude and the will to fight back.
Can we get that strength, Joe?
Oh, yeah.
What can we do to get that strength?
Well, that's what it's all about. Maybe we'll learn something from him. Look, looking back, in the last few decades, we've seen the erosion of labor.
Yes.
Okay? Third world nations competing and winning.
Yes.
Okay, it's a fact. And we were a leader in ingenuity at one time.
Yes.
I doubt if we are today. But in part, what went wrong was we went into the blaming business.
Okay.
Okay? I mean, we blamed Reagan, we blamed Bush, we blamed the Ayatollah, Gaddafi, we blamed Hussein, we blamed the Japanese, the Koreans, the Taiwanese, we blamed corporate greed and sellouts, and we blamed the lawmakers.
Yes.
We blamed everybody and everything for crushing the American dream. And someday, and that day will come, when your children will ask you, when all this was happening and we lost the American dream,
Yes.
they will ask, well, who had the watch? And then who will we blame? The buck stops here, okay? This,
So
go ahead, I'm sorry.
can we blame the American businessman at all? Do he have any
He
fault?
is in part, but you can't lie to blame on any one person or any one thing. I mean, there are a lot of things that came together, and people became complacent. A worker became fat. The middle class became fat.
Yes.
Didn't think it could happen. It was happening to his guy next door,
Sure.
but it wasn't happening to him, so it was okay. I mean, you got to remember, we are in the 21st century. This is the fast lane. We are in the fast lane.
Fast lane.
There's nothing in the middle of that road except yellow lines and dead armadillos.
Yes.
And if unions don't rethink their way, okay, and come up with a new business plan, we will be as dead as that proverbial armadillo. So, listen, I'm a union man, and I don't like to say anything negative about the unions, okay? And I don't want to do that here, but I'm trying to be truthful about things. The union movement has become like many of its leaders, old, tired, and worst of all, complacent. Unions cannot live on their past glories.
No.
You look back and say, well, we did this, we did that. No. Like days when mine workers president John L. Lewis could stop the factories, and American Federation of Musicians leader James Petrillo could stop the music. Don't look back. That's history. Okay.
So what can we do now? Because now history has its place in terms of importance to search for energy. Now, today, I know that of your sojourn in the union, and we were very comfortable when you were in the union where we worked, and was comfortable in your position because we knew you know how to handle things. Not that we're not comfortable now with the new people either, but the idea is that we knew that you, John Buckley, you guys had something because you knew from back there. Now, how do we, with the new leaders that's in the union that don't seem to have a clue of back there?
You're right. You mentioned John Buckley. I have a great deal of respect for him. He was a great union leader. He had a lot of fire in him. And I understand his son is now a shop steward.
Yes.
Hopefully that he has some of that spark. But it's like the movie Rocky Balboa. The last movie Sylvester Stallone. Here is a guy that's 60 years old,
That's right.
and he goes back in the ring.
And I went back to see
Guys
it,
like
too.
John Buckley and I on Social Security. We can't go back in that ring. You can do it in the movies, but you're not going to do it in real life. So what you have to do is you got to rely on the young people coming up. Okay, they've got to make the changes, and changes necessary. Because the middle class is being eroded by the same people that created it. And part of the problem is, this is my opinion only, unions got to stop worrying about how much insurance they're going to be able to sell, or trying to sell you mortgage loans.
Okay.
I get more mail from them than that. Get out there, get off that easy chair, get out of Madison Avenue, get on the ground, and start doing what you should be doing, and that's to do, get out there and organize people.
Because these new jobs that the president is talking about, they will be union jobs in terms of construction and rebuilding the roads and things of that nature. Is that correct?
Oh yeah. There are jobs. The unionism developed during the Industrial Revolution. Okay, it came into its own. There's going to be another type of revolution.
Yes.
I don't mean a fight revolution, but it's going to be a technological revolution.
Yes.
Okay, there are new fields opening up here. Some of the fields that you've got to look at is the rebuilding of the national grid. Rewiring America's informational networks.
Yes.
Great work there. Affordable health care. That is going to be one of the biggest industries going.
Yes.
We got to organize in there. That's where they should be organizing. Do that. The Democrats have always been in their corner when it came to labor, 100%, because they're right. And maybe he can redo that. One of the big things is to rebuild Amtrak and the rail system, bridges and roads. You know how many jobs that would create?
how we create